Hello guys, Josh here, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a good week. Just before we get started, I want to say thank you to you guys for all the continued support. We just hit 62,000 subscribers. The channel is absolutely flying at the moment, and it's all thanks to you guys. Now today guys, we're going to be unboxing and taking a look at this thing. This is my new laptop, and if you didn't already know, I've been looking at getting a new laptop for a little while now, and I've been in two minds as to whether to get an Ultrabook or a gaming laptop. The reason I like Ultrabooks is because they tend to be light and thin and portable. However, with gaming laptops, it usually seems like you get much more for your money. Now, it just so happened that Razer had a really good sale on around about Christmas time, because I'd been looking at getting a Huawei MateBook X Pro for ages, but then this thing came in the sale. This is the Razer Blade 15. It is the base model, so it's spec'd with an i7 and a 1660 Ti, which I think is a really good combo because it's a 1080p 144Hz display. So I feel like you don't really need much more than a 1660 Ti. They do spec it with a 2060 and a 2070, but I feel like those might run into more thermal issues because they're more powerful cards. And to be honest, I'm not really looking at using it for loads of gaming. I just wanted something that I could take with me places to edit stuff if I need to, and maybe play a few games here and there. So we're going to unbox it now. I am super excited because this will be my first time using and owning a Razer Blade laptop. So let's do it. I've got my gold karambit ready to go. Matches the watch, kind of. Right, so the laptop is in this box by the looks of it. I'm just going to unbox this thing first. I think it's the power supply. So we'll take a quick look at that and then we'll crack this open. Cool fact about the power supply, this is actually a Razer branded power supply. So sometimes when you buy laptops, they just come with generic ones, but this one is actually branded, which is pretty nice. So we've got the actual power brick here, and in this bag we have the UK power adapter. So that just plugs into there like that, and then you charge it up. So that's the power supply, pretty straightforward. We'll put this to one side and then crack open the laptop. So like I said, this will be my first time actually using a Razer laptop, so let's open it. So immediately we are greeted with that classic green Razer logo, which I know some people don't like, but I mean, it's a Razer laptop, isn't it? So what do you expect? Let's get this thing out. I'm just going to see what's beneath it first of all. Okay, so if we don't get Razer stickers included with this, I'm going to be disappointed. Let me put down this box. Okay, so in this package we have got, yes, we got some Razer stickers. You see, I told you guys. We've got an instruction manual, and we've also got a welcome to Razer piece of paper here. Inside here we've got a microfiber cloth. I have heard a lot of people say that this picks up loads of fingerprints, so we're probably going to need it. And there it is. Let's put this to one side and finally check out the laptop. First impressions just holding it in my hand. It is a fairly hefty laptop, like it feels pretty solid. The whole thing is made out of aluminium or aluminum, so it's a very premium feeling laptop. I'm going to take off the tape off the bottom of here and we'll get it out. Wow, that feels so good. I'll give the overhead camera a good look at it. You can see there we've got that nice green Razer logo, which does illuminate a little bit as well, I believe, when you turn the laptop on. So as I was saying, the whole thing is made out of aluminium, and you can buy gaming laptops that are cheaper than this and that are probably better spec'd. However, part of what you're paying for with Razer Blade laptops is the build quality and the materials, and this aluminium feels really nice. So as is usually the case with laptops, it should come with a protective piece of fabric between the screen, which is right here. I don't know if I already mentioned, but this is a 15.6 inch laptop, hence the name Razer Blade 15, and that is actually a really nice size. I've had a 14 inch laptop before this, which I found was a little bit small, so this actually feels perfect. I'm actually really excited to try out the keyboard because I am planning on kind of like taking this thing to coffee shops and stuff and being able to type up scripts and reply to emails. And just when I'm out and about, I may use it for editing and just general day-to-day stuff. So let's try it out. Alright, so first impressions, pretty good. I wouldn't say they feel mushy or anything. Bear in mind, there's not a lot of key travel on these because it is a very slim laptop. I wouldn't say they feel quite as good as, say, a MacBook, but I could definitely get used to typing on this thing. We've got the stereo speakers at the side, as you can see, and then this rather large trackpad, which to the touch feels very nice. I'll let you listen to the clicks. The clicks feel good as well. Obviously, I've got to turn the laptop on and test it in Windows to feel how responsive it is. But again, first impressions, very good. I want to just feel the weight a bit more and the quality of the materials. I do love the feel of this aluminium, and I do also feel like it's going to be very fingerprint sensitive, although they do kind of disappear, but I'm glad that they did include a microfiber cloth. So weight-wise, I would definitely say you'd be alright with this in a backpack. It is a little bit heavier than, say, an Ultrabook would be. I have owned Huawei Ultrabooks in the past, and this has definitely got a bit more weight to it, but bear in mind it is spec'd with like a 1660 Ti graphics card. So for such a slim laptop, I think they've done a pretty good job. Now this is a gaming laptop, so you are going to find all the necessary ports on here. I'll just give you a quick rundown. So on this side, we've got a charger. This is a proprietary connector, so you can't just use aftermarket chargers with this. You have to use the one that came with it. We've got an Ethernet port here, a USB port, and a USB-C by the looks of it, and a headphone jack. So that's the left side of the laptop. And then on the right side, we have got a full-size HDMI, 2 USB ports, and another USB-C. So plenty of connectivity options there. On the back of the laptop, we've got the ventilation system. So I believe this is a heat pipe based cooling system rather than the vapor chamber ones, which is what you get on the advanced models. And we've also got this rubber here just to give a little bit of ventilation space, I guess, when you've got it like on a desk. And let's be honest, guys, I just think this thing looks cool. Like, I love the logo on it. I know some people don't like them, but I've always liked the look of Razer Blades, and I'm super excited to try this out. I'll just talk a little bit more about specs. So this is the base model. So Razer do an advanced model and a base model. In the base model, they do, I think, a few different versions. You've got the 1660 Ti, the 2060, and the 2070 as well. I think it goes up to 2070 in the base model. And then we've got the advanced models, which the chassis is ever so slightly different. I believe they offer some different options in terms of like battery as well. This thing does have upgradable storage, so it comes with one M.2 drive, but it does have a second like spare M.2 slot for you to expand the memory, which is really cool. This thing comes with 16 gigabytes of RAM. Like I said, it's an i7 1660 Ti, which I think is the perfect combo. I can't see myself needing more than a 1660 Ti just to do some light gaming on this thing. I have got it more to do work on, but it is nice to be able to do a bit of gaming if you want to. We've got the webcam up the top here, which I like the webcam placement on this. One thing that put me off of the Huawei MateBook X Pro is it had a webcam built into here, which is cool for privacy reasons if you're worried about that kind of stuff, but it doesn't give the best angle. So yeah, I think this is going to work for me really well. And it's especially nice that Razer have put in that 144Hz display, because if you are going to be using this for gaming, it is just amazing to use high refresh rate displays. If you've not experienced over 60Hz, I highly recommend it. But that is another thing that I think is better about gaming laptops compared to Ultrabooks, is that you're always going to be limited to 60Hz generally with Ultrabook style laptops, and that includes like MacBooks. So I think that'll do it for the unboxing. I'm super excited to go get this plugged in and boot it up and see what it's like, so let's go. Now this is by no means a full review. If you guys do want a full review of this laptop, then let me know down below in the comments, and after I've been using it for a couple of months, I can definitely make a video on that for you. Now one of the things that I just want to emphasize is the build quality. This thing is built like a tank. Not only do the materials feel very premium with the aluminium chassis, but like there's barely any flex in the screen, and when you press on the keyboard and the surrounding areas, there's basically no flex in it, which is a really good sign. You can see here the Razer logo does in fact glow when the laptop is turned on. If I turn off my studio lights right here, you should be able to see that a little bit better. Honestly, I really like the whole design aesthetic. I have no complaints here, other than the fact that it does attract fingerprints extremely well. So you are going to be cleaning this thing a lot. Now I have gone ahead and set this thing up and installed a couple of games so that I can give you guys some thoughts on that. But let's take a look at it from this angle. Now one of the things that I already love about this laptop is the display, specifically that 144Hz panel. It's kind of hard to make it come across on camera, in fact impossible, because this has been filmed at 30 FPS, but it just makes everything feel really smooth. Not only is it really attractive for gamers because of that smooth motion while gaming, but even when you're just doing day-to-day stuff like maybe scrolling through websites, or if you're video editing and scrolling across the timeline, or even just moving the mouse or the cursor, you can really tell that it feels super fluid, which is something that I appreciate. As regards the picture quality, it's pretty good. It's not the most color accurate panel in the world, and obviously it is only 1080p, but I have no issues with that resolution at this size. The trackpad feels great. It's got this kind of very satin feel, and it is very large, so you can easily move your mouse to every side of the screen that you want to. And it's very responsive. I did own a Huawei laptop before, and the trackpad did not feel anywhere near as good as this, so I'm pretty impressed with that, and the clicks feel nice and solid too. So we're going to boot up a game now. I've got Need for Speed Heat installed here, and I'm interested to see what the fan noise is like, and also obviously how the game itself performs, so let's boot it up. Alright, here we go. So I did actually plug in the mains power just in case it was doing any weird throttling on battery. We are currently set to high settings, and we're getting around 50 to 60 FPS, usually above 60. Bear in mind, this is not the most well-optimized game in the world, so you might have better performance in a lot of other titles, but I'm very impressed so far. As regards fan noise, these do sound like they're running at full speed. It's definitely not silent, but I mean, you can't expect these things to be silent. They're going to make some noise because you are cramming a lot of hot components into a very compact chassis. Let's see how we're doing for temperatures. So if I just feel in the middle of the keyboard, that is fairly warm. You could definitely feel that if you were typing on it. If I move my hand more towards the back where a lot of the heat is produced, that part of the chassis there is actually very hot to the touch. So I don't think you'd want to be running like AAA titles on this for hours and hours at a time. And especially if you were having it on your lap as well, I reckon that would be too hot. But for a little bit of light gaming here and there, as long as you've got it on a solid surface with good ventilation, don't think you should have any issues. I think this is a perfect combo with that 1660 Ti and the i7. I would say with a lot of AAA titles, you're going to be able to run at high to ultra settings and achieve that solid 60 FPS. If you're playing more competitive titles like Rocket League and CSGO, you're definitely going to be able to smash out that 144 FPS, no problems at all. Now it does come pre-installed with Razer Synapse 3, so if I go ahead and search it up right here, we should be able to boot it up. And you can see here, it does detect the Razer Blade 15 base model. If we click on that, we can do quite a lot of things. It is a powerful piece of software. We can customize the keys, and we can add like macro functions to them and things like that. If we go across to lighting, we can change the backlighting. So one of the differences between this model and the advanced model is that this only has like one color backlighting. So we can get it to cycle through the color spectrum, but you're not going to be able to do any rainbow waves or anything. Personally, I'm just going to leave it set to static green because then it matches the logo at the back of the laptop. You can also change what it does depending on whether it's on battery power or plugged in. And then finally over here we have performance. So you can see there's a few different settings here, creator and gaming, and you can change the refresh rate of the display as well if you wanted to get some extra battery life out of it. Speaking of battery life, apparently it's around 5 hours, which is not the best in the world, but I mean, it's a gaming laptop. If you're looking for longer battery life, then you'd probably be better off looking at something like an Ultrabook. But on the plus side, it does seem to charge quite quickly. So there we have it. That was my unboxing and first impressions of the 2020 Razer Blade 15. And I think for what I'm going to be using it for, it should suit me pretty well. If you guys do want me to make a full review on this thing, then let me know down below in the comments and I'll definitely get to work on that for you. If you enjoyed the video today, a like rating would be much appreciated. It helps me out. And of course, hit that subscribe button for more. It's nearly the new year now, which means lots of new content on the way. I've actually got the gaming room / setup tour to film this weekend, so keep your eyes peeled for that. If you want to catch me on social media, you can do at Tesseract. That's where I post all the behind the scenes stuff to keep you guys updated in between videos. But yeah, with that being said, hope you guys have an awesome week. I'll catch you all in the next one.